Hi everybody and welcome to, well, not really a painting video, more like a video about some great models and good paint and some of the stuff I use to get my miniatures on the table as fast and decent as possible. But be warned, if you are a skilled painter, please look away or do something else because I am not a skilled and experienced painter, so I'm not going to give you any cool advice that will increase your painting skills. Instead, I'm going to talk about these models here that I bought from patrickminiatures.de. And these models are really cool, and you can get them in exactly the scale and size that you want. You can buy them individually, and in my case here, I put together this squad of female gang members, and I picked each model exactly the way I wanted. If you live in Europe, the shipping is relatively fast and cheap, and you get the models assembled. So the only thing you have to do is to put them on bases like I did here, and of course the first step is to prime them, and in my case I have primed them with a matte white, and there's a special reason for that. But before we get to that, let's just talk a little bit about my paint. I mostly use the speed paint from the Army Painter, the speed paint 2.0 range mostly, but I also have some of the older speed paints, and I am not sponsored in any way by the Army Painter, but I would like to be though. I support them because it's a Danish company and, well, it's actually nearby where I live, so why not support a local manufacturer? Another reason, I find the Army Painter products really, really good. Let me mention again that I am not a skilled painter. So my goal is to get the models on the battlefield as fast as possible. So the next step after the white primer is to wash all the figures in this case, the Army Painter dark tone. Thin it a little bit with water and then just slap it all over the white models. I could have used the speed paints right on top of the white primer, but, well, and it has a great effect, but I will prefer, especially these female gang members, to be looking more dark and dirty, and for that, this technique works quite well. You can get similar results by using the slap chop method, and there are several videos about slap chop you can watch if you would like to do that instead. Make sure you use the wash all over the model, and it's really quick to do. This should take about 1 minute or so on each of the models, so you will paint a female gang like this one in 5 or 6 minutes. And with all the models done, they should look something like this. And of course, let them dry completely before you continue to the next step. And this is where the speed paint comes in, and I will usually prefer to start with some of the lighter colors, in this case the skin tone. And this skin tone is one of the older Army Painter speed paints. That's the only one I have right now, so I'll use that. And, well, it looks like this. Most of the Army Painter speed paints cover really well, and that includes this skin tone, I think. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not sponsored by the Army Painter, but if you're watching, you are most welcome to send me some more paints, and I will definitely use them and make more videos, of course. You have a Danish YouTuber here, so reach out and we'll find out something. Well, back to the video. With all the models painted with the skin tone speed paint, they look like this. My idea with these gang members is that they should look somehow the same, with some of the same colors, but they also should have some individual trademarks and So I pick out some of the colors that I'm not going to use on all of the models, but only some of them, like this one, for example, with these fishnet stocking-like trousers, and this one with yellow gloves. I'm not going to use yellow gloves on more than this one, maybe one more, and then the others will have something different. The color that will unite all the models, the color that all of them will have, will be this dark purple that I will use for mostly the cloth on the upper part of the body, like this shirt here. So they will be painted with the purple color. I guess it's called Hive Dweller purple, if I remember correctly. And one thing I decided should be different between all the models is their hair color. So let's make some crazy hair colors, in this case green for this model, and that will really pop and stand out between all the darker colors. So green hair in this case, and why not make some blue hair, for example, red, orange. The hair will definitely be the most colorful part on the models. Next up, I'm going to use gray and black color to paint the boots and the trousers. And of course, that will be dark as well. So the colorful hair will be a nice variation. With the hair colors now complete, this is how it looks. So as I mentioned, the boots and the trousers will be up next. I will use Gravelord Grey, and I will also use black. And again, it will be slightly different from model to model. The black color I use here is Grim Black. And again, great coverage. I am saving all the metal parts, all the shin guards, all the armor pieces and bracelets and stuff like that for the next step. But with most of the boots and trousers complete, then it looks like this. And for the next step, I will use some of the new metallic speed paints like Broadsword Silver. I will also use Enchanted Steel, Talos Bronze, and a little bit of Hoplite Gold. And again, I will use the different colors on the weapons, the canisters, some of their armor, and wherever I think it will fit. The metallic speed paints are really good to work with. They have excellent coverage, and that's why it is an advantage to use them here for the last step, because they will cover up any mistakes you have made. But of course, it's not so good if you make any mistakes with the metallic speed paints. Well, there are ways to deal with that, of course. And with all the metal parts covered, earrings, jewels, everything, next I will use a leather color, and I will paint the bags, pouches, and some of the straps and belts, and that will be the same color on all the models. And after that, I will usually go through all the models to see if I forgot anything or made any mistakes. And if not, it's time to turn the attention to the base. And in this case, I have decided to use a technical paint to cover the base. And I have a few different kinds, not from the Army Painter in this case. But of course, you can do whatever you prefer. I think it's a fast way to get some decent looking bases. And you can always decorate them even more with rocks or grass or, well, body parts, whatever. And final step before these models are ready for battle on the table is to paint the bases black. And I use a regular matte black paint for this step. Again, you can choose what color you want. I typically use black, but then again, I'm not so advanced. And that should be it. If you, like me, would like to get your models on the table fast, and I know there are several steps where you can improve your models with highlights and details and painting the eyeballs and stuff like that. I'm just not good enough to do that. So here we have the gang, and to me, they are ready now to take on whatever comes their way, ready for the next battle. Check out Patrick Miniatures. They have a great selection of models that you can buy individually, and also terrain. And check out the Army Painter's Speed Paints if you would like a fast way to get your models on the table. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll join me for future videos.